So as you guys know, Rich Piana has passed away. He's been in a coma for a while now. And I gotta admit, we knew. I had someone who knows the family tell me exactly what was going on, that it wasn't looking good, that he was in a coma, and it wasn't looking good, is all I'm going to divulge on that. Now, people know Rich and myself, we didn't necessarily get along or see eye to eye. But that's besides the point. There's a lot of people, for example, that came to our event this weekend in Ohio that I don't see eye to eye with. That we don't see eye to eye, but we're still friendly. We're still friends. And I didn't get much interaction with Rich. We didn't wait in each other's line to see each other at trade shows. But I'm going to remember the good things about Rich, and then I'd like to talk a little bit about Dallas McCarver, who also untimely passed away. Now, although we had subtle disses online, although we kind of had two different ways of looking at bodybuilding and life in general, from the whatever it takes attitude to the whole there's more to life than bodybuilding, we had a lot in common. And one thing that Rich taught me was hard work. Rich was tenacious. Rich was a workhorse. Every trade show I go to, from this country in the USA to Australia to the UK, Rich would be there. Not only would Rich be there, he would spend every moment he could with fans and shake their hands and laugh and take pictures. And I don't think people realize how hard that is, especially for him. I mean, it's hard for me. Imagine being a 300-pound man, even sitting down all day, just in and out, talking to people. I know that sounds, well, I work a job in pouring concrete. Look, it's a different kind of stress. It's mental stress, because Rich knew that he spent his money to be there, that every impression he makes is a first impression. And you cannot get a second chance to make a first impression. And Rich took full advantage of that. I'll never forget, and I actually have talked about this before offline with Doug and Doug Miller. We've talked about this. Like, we're at the Australian Arnold together, and we were actually at a trade show booth together for Massive Joe's. He distributes both of our lines. And Rich literally stood there all day. He didn't have a chair but half the day maybe. For, I believe it was 2 days. And he did not stop. I don't even think the man took a piss the whole day. He literally stood there. They brought him food. They had these packaged, prep meals. Took his food. He was eating it. Take a bite. Take a picture. Take a bite. And you're watching this go down all day. His line was 3 hours long, and it wasn't even that big of a trade show at the time. Whatever you think about Rich, whatever your underhanded comments might be, whatever you might say, realize Rich has a family. And Rich leaves behind people who love him, from his mom to his fans. And I know you guys, you people who aren't really fans of Rich might say, well, who would want to be fans of him? Look, the bottom line is, Rich inspired many people. Rich touched many lives. Rich was an icon and is an icon in this industry. Look, it's very rare that TMZ breaks the story. Like, TMZ is some mainstream stuff, right? TMZ was all over Rich Piana's stuff. Why? Because Rich is pretty much the biggest we got. From Generation Iron 2 to his own little social network with millions of followers and his Bigger by the Day series. Rich is an icon. Love him, hate him. He's an icon. And now all you can do is be respectful of his fans and be respectful of his family in how we respect his legacy. And you're damn right, he did leave behind a legacy. And he was and is a large part of this industry. I've seen so many grown men with 5% tattooed on their body. Would I do it? No. But what does that say about what Rich ignited in people? He ignited a movement. So, Rich, I'm not one of those to talk to those past the grave. Like, I know he can hear me. He's probably have a lot of voices going on, a lot of people saying a lot of things. It's the clickbait topic. That's why I didn't want to do this video. I've talked to all his friends, a lot of people who worked with him or do work with him. Offline, we said our words. I thought I was done. But people want to hear it from me. I've had so many messages today, angry messages, that I haven't spoke up on this topic. I really just want to let his family grieve, but Here it is. Let's remember Rich for what he did that was good, and what he instilled, and what he demonstrated, and that was hard work and a belief, and he started a movement. Dallas McCarver, 26 years old. I've never met Dallas McCarver. 26, promising future. Look, we've seen all the things. We've seen the 911 call, with the mention of insulin being in there. Like Rich. Who cares? People die. Well, I think it's 1 in every 4,800 people die of asphyxiation from food. Okay? Let's just do that. Let's go with Rich hit his head and Dallas choked on food. Because that could be what happened. I can't wait till we find the truth. Why? Why? Let their families grieve. Dallas is 26 years old. Rich is still in his 40s. Let their families grieve. Dallas leaves behind a legacy not fulfilled. A 26-year-old phenom who I'd like to think would be the next Mr. Olympia. Just a beast, and from all accounts, I've heard people talk about how nice of a guy he is. First thing we were talking about this is Doug Miller and Sean Torbati and I have a group text. Doug goes, "This is terrible," because Doug actually spent some time with Dallas at his stores. And in that short period of time, Doug developed a tremendous liking for Dallas and the person he is and what he represents. So I'm going to leave it at that. Guys, let's not jump to conclusions. And even if there are conclusions to jump to, let's just not do it. Let's just not do it. So that's really all I got to say, guys. Hopefully, there's my message.